2020 is a year that we will never forget. As the world was going through a pandemic, we were trying to build a business. This video is to show you our first 12 months of how we got started, what we went through, what we're still going through, and hopefully it will inspire somebody to get started. How I'm going to tell the story is through my phone, right? So I'm going to look through all of my images, all of my videos, and just tell you the story of what happened. Simple as that. So January and February, it all started by asking myself one question. What would happen if we had money on us at all times? Everything is on demand. We have food on demand, we have movies on demand, we have music on demand. And I started to ask myself, what if our money was on demand? So in January and February, it was all about research, right? So I was reading a lot of books, I was reading reports, I was watching YouTube videos, I was speaking to people, just trying to figure out how we can make this work, how we could allow Africans or African workers to have money on them at all times. So as I was doing the research, I was calling back, because I was in London at the time, I was calling people in Ghana, just trying to figure out how the system works. So I was asking people, how often do people work during the week? How long do they work during the week? How much do they get paid? Just all of those sort of questions. And during the month, I actually got through to a guy called Bennett, right, through another two guys. From the first day I met Bennett, we started speaking. We spoke every single day for about, till now actually, we speak every single day. He's somebody I can't get rid of. So that's what happened then. Also in January, February, I also did a workshop with One Tech and YSYS. It was about product management. It was about how to build a product-led organization. Little did I know that everything I was teaching them, I was actually teaching myself, because we was about to do the whole thing literally in 12 months. So that's how our January went. So March, this is when I made my first mistake as an entrepreneur, right? If that's a thing. Right, so when you have an idea, you have to have data to back it. I had no data. I just had a deep feeling inside of me that this was gonna work. So I started spending my time and my money working on making this a thing. So it literally wouldn't leave my mind. So I was thinking about all the small details. I knew it was gonna be an app and I knew it was gonna be a dashboard, but I knew like the nuts and the bolts of this product was gonna be in the dashboard. So I started writing down all of the calculations. How would it calculate this? How would it calculate that? And I also got a designer to work on creating some wireframes, right? So they put together the first version of how the mobile app would look, but I didn't know what the features would be because I hadn't spoken to any customers. I didn't know anything. So that was a big mistake. I also spent money on a deposit with a small development agency for them to start building the first version of the app. Again, that was like a massive risk, but I took it because I just had a feeling that it was going to work. In March, we also incorporated the company. So Bennett was in Ghana at the time. I was still in London. And yeah, he just got it incorporated. He incorporated it as a software company, but to be honest, we didn't know what we was going to be. We just wanted to get started and we just needed something at that point just to make us feel official, per se. Unfortunately, in March, we also got our first case of COVID-19. So first case in London, first case in Ghana too, which was a massive game changer for us.
All of us should, as much as possible, desist from all foreign travels, except the most critical ones, until there's a grip on the virus.
Completely just changed the dynamics of what we was going to do. I had planned to come to Ghana. I couldn't come to Ghana anymore. And not knowing I was not going to come to Ghana for a long time. So all of a sudden we were a remote company, because at that point we just started to feel like a company. But yeah, it just changed the whole dynamics of the whole thing. So March was like a game changer for the whole world, including us. April. So in April, I was still taking risks. So in April, I got a designer on board to come and do like a brand identity, right? So we started thinking about the brand, how it's going to look, how it's going to feel. And to be honest, I feel like this is something that entrepreneurs don't think about right at the beginning, right? They more think about the idea, but they don't think about how it's going to look. But for me, I knew that this was going to be a brand new idea. So how it looked at the beginning, how people saw it, was how they were going to perceive it. So we started looking at the logo, colors, our tone of voice, how we was going to speak on social media, the type of words that we were going to use if it became a thing. So I started looking at that. I got a designer on board, paid him some more money. He did it. It turned out great. So we had our first version of our logo, and we had like a pink and a bluish color because we decided that we wanted to be loud. We wanted people to just know who we are when they first saw us. So that's what we did. Good thing I did, right? This is when I actually started working in April, was I did a survey. So I used a product that I actually built before. So I built this product before that allowed you to take a survey for people who were not in the same place as you, right? So you can create a link and just shoot it off. So that's what I did. I created a link. It had questions sort of like, how much do you earn? How often do you earn your salary? If there was an app like Zuberi, would you use it? How often would you use it? I was asking those sort of like basic questions. I sent it off on WhatsApp. We had 100 responses in like 2 days. But that was like the first bit of data and the first bit of validation that this was a thing and this would potentially work. While I was doing that in London, Bennett in Ghana was actually doing a face-to-face survey, which I'll show you like a minute of that. But this was actually good because this actually showed me real people speaking, talking about this thing that was in my mind. So this is 1 minute of that video.
Everything is planned though, but I don't really have, it's just emergencies, just some few.
What are some of the emergencies?
Oh, like maybe contribution to certain events and all these things.
Parents' hospital bills.
Okay.
Sometimes I will plan, but then to just pop up.
Maybe because of the position I hold, a lot of people come to me with their problems, and sometimes we have to give them some support.
Giving that gift.
I know how much I'm taking, so I have to do my budget.
So it's not like the unplanned expenses actually eat up the salary?
It doesn't.
It doesn't? Okay, then you're a good manager.
Not at the moment. I'm able to save something after spending out of my salary.
That's good.
Way before the end of the month.
Way before the
Because
okay.
everything I have there takes all of my money.
Okay.
Yes.
No, you see, I've been working for some time now, so through savings, I'll be able to spend within my means.
May 2020. This was my birthday month, and I guess this is probably when I started to wake up, right? Because I was getting older and getting wiser, right? So May 2020, we actually decided to create an MVP. This is something I should have done in the first month, right? But I was busy messing around, busy doing things that I didn't have to do, like designing, like getting designers and paying for a product, all of that stuff. May, we got our MVP. Basically, if you don't know what MVP is, an MVP is
a minimum viable product is a concept from the lean startup that stresses the impact of continuous learning.
basically what you have to do is build the most basic version of your idea that proves that your idea is a product or a service. In Zuberi's case, what I knew, like the foundational aspects of what this had to be. So I knew I had to hear from workers, and I knew they had to be able to communicate to me, and then I knew I had to be able to send them money, right? So I started looking at what I had. I had WhatsApp, and I also had an app called TapTapSend, right? TapTapSend basically allows you to send money from the UK to Ghana, right? So what I did was I got 10 to 12 people into a group. I explained what the concept was. I actually did that with a video. Let me show you that video. So this is how the video looked.
Hi, my name is Julian Owusu. I'm the founder of Zuberi. Welcome to our community group. So, Zuberi is a new on-demand platform which allows employees such as yourself to access a percentage of their salary anytime that they want. We are doing this by our new mobile application, which is launching next month. So the purpose of this group is to allow people like yourselves to test the product early. How we are doing that is we're going to do that manually. which means that you can access your salary via WhatsApp by just sending a simple request, and we will give you your money early. It's very simple.
And so I was just waiting for them to make a request for their salary. After I think the first day, so 24 hours went past, I had my first transaction. Somebody asked for some money. When he asked for money, I literally just went on to tap send, and then I sent the money to him, and then I sent him like a summary on WhatsApp of the transaction that had just been made. In the background, also what I was doing was I had an Excel sheet, and I was basically reporting people's names, last names, where they work, how much they earned, how much they requested for, why they requested it, and how much obviously the fee was, because I was charging them right from the beginning. And yeah, so with that data, I was starting to analyze and just look at the trends, look at what was going on. And this was basically forming the building blocks of the features of the actual product. So in May, just to give you some insights as to how we performed with our MVP, we invited 9 people onto the platform. Those 9 people actually referred 5 people, which was great, because now I knew that referral was a thing. We had 7 transactions, we processed 1,233 cities, and we made profit of 24 cities. Not groundbreaking money, but at least the idea made some money. So yeah, that was May 2020. June was also a very interesting month because at Zuberi, one of our values is boldness. And I actually got that from Bennett. He showed boldness right from the beginning. As I mentioned, we had this product. It didn't actually work, but it looked good. You can tap through some of the buttons, some of the tabs, like you can see the actual product, but it never actually worked. But what he did was he gathered a few of his friends, he went into companies, he started selling it to companies, he started giving presentations to companies with this product that just didn't work. But I thought that was very brave of him, for him to just show that boldness right from the beginning. And it kind of just set the pace as to how we were going to do things moving forward. July. So this was an interesting month. So we were learning a lot from people that we were just speaking to. So we started making some changes on this first version of the app. And you could also make transactions now, which was fantastic. But we had one big problem. The people on our WhatsApp community were not moving to the app. They said no, they said they don't want to use the app. They said they're happy on WhatsApp, they're happy with me sending them money, tap send. And I was trying to say to them, no, like it can be done automatically now, you don't need me. But they said no, they're not moving. So that was my biggest problem, and it happened in July. August 2020. So as I mentioned, the community didn't want to move from WhatsApp to the mobile app. I didn't understand why. I thought people would be happy that they could use this brand new app that was looking good, that I thought was going to work well, but that wasn't the case. So I spent a lot of time speaking to people, speaking to the community, just to understand their experiences with other financial products, just try to understand why they didn't want to move. And I think this is the month where I got into the habit of speaking to users. I don't like calling them users because they're people. I call them streamers now. So we were speaking to our streamers literally every single day. And I found out that they had really been burnt with other products that were on the market. They didn't trust other financial products. And so the moment we left, the moment we kind of started to change from a WhatsApp group, a little community, to an app, you know, with a brand and all of this, they started not to trust us. And so that's something that we wanted to put into our values, which was transparency. How could we be transparent with our users, with our streamers? How can we be transparent with ourselves to build this product that was transparent? Also in August, lockdown restrictions started to ease off. So I was allowed to get a haircut again. I was allowed to work out again. And yeah, just kind of like burn off some of that COVID fat. So yeah, 2020, August. So I feel like I've been talking chow. All right, this video is becoming very long. So I'm gonna split it up. I'm gonna put it into 2 videos. If you like what you've seen so far, subscribe, leave a comment below, and I will post a second video, maybe next week, maybe tomorrow, whenever, I don't know, but I will post a second video. But thanks for watching and see you soon.
I take it out of the planet. Uprooted from earth, it's raw and organic. My voice is dynamic, my words are like magic. And if you don't get it, then tweak your antenna. They say I resemble the fella from Rockefeller. I'm far from